So in this video, we're going to zoom in on short-term memory. So if we go back to the multi-store model of memory again, the idea of short-term memory is very simplistic. It suggests that short-term memory is just a box in which we put information. But if we think realistically about how we use our memories, it's very rarely that we just hold information. More often than not, we're having to use it in some way. We're having to work with it. And it's from this that the idea of working memory was created. When information first enters working memory, it's dealt with by the central executive, which is the control unit of working memory. So the central executive itself has no storage space, it can't hold information. All it does is assign information to one of its slave systems based on the form that that information is in. So the first slave system is a Visio Spatial Sketchpad, and if the information coming in is visual or if it's spatial, so for example looking at the distance between objects, then it's a Visio Spatial Sketchpad which will analyse and process that information. The second slave system is the Phonological Loop, and this processes any information which is auditory. Now the phonological loop is divided into two sections. The first is the articulatory processes, also known as the inner voice, and this is what allows us to repeat information over in our heads. Now the articulatory processes is time bound, so it's the time it takes us to repeat a particular chunk of information. That's how much we can store in our heads at one time, or can store within the articulatory processes at one time. The second part of the phonological loop is a phonological store, also known as the inner ear, and this helps us to hold words that we hear. So if we think about when we're having a conversation with someone, we need to be able to store momentarily whatever we've said at the beginning of our sentence so that we can finish it appropriately, or we need to be able to hold what they've said so that we can form our own sentence in response. However, very often these two types of information need to be used together, and it's the episodic buffer that allows this to happen. So the episodic buffer is the third slave system which joins together information from the Visio Spatial Sketchpad and the phonological loop and allows us to work with that information. It also allows us to use information from long-term memory to help us construct that working memory process. So you can have a look at the pre-reading to get some more detail on the working memory model. Before you come into the lesson, make sure you can draw a diagram including the central executive and the three slave systems. Make sure you can explain how information is processed by each of the slave systems, and make sure you understand the key terms: central executive, Visio Spatial Sketchpad, phonological loop, phonological store, articulatory processes, and episodic buffer.